It's like Disney can't get out of its own way. From shitty shows to shitty movies to pushing forth a not-so-secret gay agenda to ramming pedoisms down your kids' throats. Oh, it's true! What the fuck? Well, the mouse got smacked again. This time with a federal civil rights complaint in regards to diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Bullshit!
And discrimination against whites, Christians, and Jews.
Ooh.
Add another nail to the coffin. Fuck! I'm Jazz Roganzo on this. So what's next? Happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jazz Roganzo. What's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today. I normally would have a weekend edition. I decided to take the weekend off and hang out with the wife. Hey, sue me. Anyway, Disney. Again, Disney is synonymous with wholesome family entertainment, created by the legendary Walt Disney himself. Yeah, that was so many decades ago, most of you weren't even born. Well, but you were born for this. The last 5 years have not been kind for Disney. From shitty shows and shitty movies that don't give a damn about content or context, to pushing forth a not-so-secret gay agenda down your kids' throats, plus pedoisms. Yeah, it keeps on getting better for them. This time they got slapped with a federal civil rights complaint over diversity, equity, and inclusion, and alleges discrimination against whites, Christians, and Jews. Yeah, couldn't happen to a better company. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Disney hit with federal civil rights complaint over DEI, alleges discrimination against white men, Christians, and Jews. And of course, that is the CEO right there, Bob Iger. Excuse me. The Walt Disney Company has been hit with federal civil rights complaints alleging the company's DEI policies are unlawful and discriminates against white American men, Christians, and Jews. American First Legal filed the complaint against Disney on Wednesday. The group cited publicly available documents published on Disney's official sites as well as leaked internals show how the executive has made diversity, equity, and inclusion an integral part of Disney's hiring practices. Quote, "It's sad and tragic that a company whose name was once synonymous with wholesome and charming childhood fantasies is now dedicated to spreading divisive bigotry. We urge Disney to cease and desist this unlawful, destructive conduct at once," said Stephen Miller, president of America First Legal and former Trump administration official. Uh-oh. Well, those damn MAGAs. At the heart of America's First Legal argument is that Disney had implemented the de facto quotas in its hiring, which violates employment law. These quotas are often disguised as diversity and inclusion policies. But in some cases, Disney has publicly listed actual percentages when it comes to hiring for its production. Among the published quotes in the goal that 50% of Disney's TV series directors must come from unrepresented groups. Gee, I wonder what those groups are or who they are. It is patently unlawful to consider racial, ethnic, and sex-based characteristics in hiring, training, compensation, and promotion, America First Legal said in its complaint. Decades of case law have held that policies that impose racial balancing on quotas for employment, training, or recruitment, such as those presented on Disney's websites, are prohibited. Yes, by federal law, it is prohibited. The complaint also cites a leaked internal Disney document that was published by savage Elon Musk. The document is a frequently asked question on Disney's inclusion standards, which describes the company's intention to increase training and development opportunities for members of unrepresented groups. Based on its own public admissions, it appears that Disney is knowingly and intentionally violating federal civil rights law, the complaint states. Again, couldn't happen to a better company. Now, where this goes, we don't know. Will they settle out of court? More than likely, they probably will. Get hit with probation? Yeah. A fine? You bet. But this is par for the course for Disney. This is the same company that brought you, such great things at one time under Walt Disney. Classics like Snow White and, Fantasia, The Lion King, movies like that. But now, if you looked over the last 5 years, it's basically destroying franchises, putting forth a gay agenda and pedo agenda disguised as kids' shows rammed down your kids' throats and not giving up about it. They don't hide anymore. The masks are off. There's nothing behind the curtain. The Oz is, the Wizard of Oz is just there saying, hey, look at this. I don't give a fuck. And now to be hit with this, which is kind of surprising that now they're getting hit with this instead of getting hit with this years ago, because before the, DEI, that lovely three-letter word, in my opinion, should be DIE, as in die. This was around. They've been doing it for decades. But of course, it was underneath everybody's noses. Now, they don't give. They just don't. And this will just be pushed into another of the long list of complaints against Disney that parents have had and that groups have had with them for the better part of the last decade. This company has lost billions in sales revenues because of its movies and its TV shows blatantly pushing forth this garbage agenda, this demonic agenda down your kids' throats. And of course now, what is the in thing? Well, let's go after white people. Let's go after white Christian men. Sure, let's slap them. They are the last group that's not going to put up a fight. Because if this were black, Muslim, I'm sorry, they did go after the Jews. Oh, I'm sorry. So, so you can cross them off, your box checking list. But where this goes, who knows? Will it go to suit? Probably not. Like I said just a moment ago, it's going to be settled out, and Disney won't give up. They will continue to do what they do: wreck lives. I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. When you see more like this, please leave a comment below, like it, share it, subscribe to it, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue to spread the word about the show, help it continue to grow, and we'll see you next time. Peace.